Welcome to the latest edition of the New Content Collective podcast. This podcast is all about email marketing and answers the basic question, does your business need email marketing? If you'd like to save yourself some time, the short answer is yes, as long as you're a business and it's still 2015. But we'll continue with some more words. So if you thought that email was on its way out, you'd be dead wrong. In fact, email marketing is as strong as it ever was. Why? Because people are inundated with brand messages from all channels. They're only going to opt in if they're really interested in what you have to offer. That or they've already purchased from you in the past. So what does that mean for you? When you send an email to your customer list, you're sending a targeted message to a group of people who are already interested in your product or service. They're going to interact with your email. So that could be in the form of clicking on links, using special coupons, sharing the newsletter, buying your products. All that, plus you actually own your email list. You don't own your social media fans. You do own your email list. So if you work with us, you'll quickly understand that this is a big part of our philosophy. So all of this email rah-rah is great. Show me the numbers, though, and I'd be glad to. People who receive an email offer are 138% more likely to purchase than people who do not receive offer in their email. This stat comes courtesy of Convince and Convert. Another stat. Almost 50% of people who buy stuff, which is pretty much all of us, 44% to be exact, bought at least one item in 2014 because of an email message. And lastly, just under 70% of consumers prefer to communicate with businesses via email. This is from eMarketer. So frankly, we could make this another long podcast with a bunch of email stats. You can Google email marketing stats and you can find a million blog posts or videos touting a million stats, so we won't bore you with that. One thing to touch on, though, is that email stats on mobile are skyrocketing. Everyone you know has their emails synced with their smartphone. As an email comes in, the phone is updating, alerting the user in the form of a notification, and if you click on that notification and open the email, that counts. So just a shade under 75% of smartphone users are checking their email on their phone. And over 50% of emails are now opened on mobile. Over half of emails are opened from their phone. So it's not a matter of should you be emailing your customers. It's more of a question of what you'll be emailing them, how often, and when. We're going to try our best to guide you, though, but not in this podcast. So what should you be emailing your customers? This part is easier than you think. Make a list of what your customers want. Most likely this will look something like discounts, new products, business news, industry news, contests, product info. This list could differ, or at least the order could vary. Let's say, for instance, you run a music venue in New York City. Your email list will most likely consist of concert announcements, upcoming shows, ticket links to all the shows, ticket giveaways, information/blog posts on the artists. But now let's pretend you run a small Italian restaurant. Maybe you want to include discounts. Depends if you compete on price or quality. Maybe you want to include contest info. For example, if you're running like a free meal for two or win a free gift card. For sure, though, you're going to want to include new menu items, any upcoming food pairing events, and some form of information about the restaurant. Example, the GM got married, the source of your vegetables, who you work with, like the farmers, how the pasta is made, any special recipes you might want to share. The longtime waitress Susie just had her birthday, etc. The content within the email newsletter is key, obviously, but don't forget to have plenty of places for them to click. Your email is almost useless without call to actions and links. So if you have a contest that you're running, make sure to link to it in your email. If you're selling tickets to an event, make sure to link to it. If you wrote a blog post on your restaurant's family recipe, you get the idea. So anyone who gives out their email address wants to be emailed. As I mentioned earlier, if someone is willing to give you their email address, they're interested in what you're offering. They want your emails. Now it's up to you to keep them interested and clicking and then hopefully buying. To summarize, consumers still love email, maybe even more than ever. People are checking their email on their phone more than non-mobile devices. Customers can't buy or go to your website if they don't have links to click on in the newsletter. If you'd like any help with your email marketing or content, you can email me at mig@newcontentcollective.com. You can go to our website, newcontentcollective.com, and find the contact page. or you can give us a call at 305-985-BLOG. Thanks for listening.